Alright, guys, welcome back to our watch along. It's been a while, I've been under the weather, but here we are, and we're doing a watch along of a very special Dynamite show from AEW. And it is, of course, the debut of Dynamite at Brodie Lee, Mr. Brodie Lee's hometown. And it's going to be a memorable show. They just announced, Brodie Lee's wife just announced a fundraiser that's going to be John Hubert Foundation, which is going to be supporting all those people who have career aspirations, who want to get into different career paths, let it be entertainment or let it be something, broadcasting or anything that follows their passion. They want to be a part of it, but they're unable to do it. They're unable to follow their dreams because they're supporting their family. So that John Hubert Foundation is definitely focused towards those people who are unable to follow their dreams, follow their passion into the career choice of their preference. And, it's going to be helping them with monetary resources so they can support their family and their dreams at the same time. The applications for this foundation will be opening this January 2022. So that is something that you must look out for. And right now we have a tremendous match, a tremendous opening match. We know AEW opens the show unlike any other promotion. And tonight is no different. We have opened the show with Jungle Boy and Adam Cole. This has been a dream match for way too long. Adam Cole himself had been wanting to wrestle Jungle Boy. This was a match that people predicted would happen as soon as Adam Cole made his debut for AEW. And it's happening in front of our eyes right now. Adam Cole is dominating it. And how proud, I know William is he says, R.I.P. Brodie Lee. Yes, R.I.P. Mr. Brodie Lee. And one can only imagine how proud Brodie Lee must be feeling right now, watching AEW reach the heights that it's reached. I mean, just like Daniel Bryan said, we have to be thankful to all those people, to the AEW originals who believed in AEW before any of us did. Brodie Lee was one of them, one of the early people who switched gears from WWE to AEW, one of those people who believed in the company way before a lot of other wrestlers started believing it, such as Daniel Bryan or, CM Punk, or you can go on and on. But Brodie Lee definitely showed his support for the company a long time back, and look at where the company has reached. Look at the tremendous heights the company has reached. And we have William, we have KJ, we have you guys. It's so good to see all of you. Hello, KJ. Hello, William. Hello to our viewers who are watching right now. I missed you. I was definitely under the weather. Definitely, was down with some cold, but here I am back up again. I said wrestling is my medicine. And tonight's AEW show, it promised to be a very strong and effective medicine, and that's why I'm here. And it's been a good show so far. I mean, it just started, and it's been a good match, good action. Did not start with any cheesy segment. It started straight with the action, and something that I can definitely appreciate about AEW. They know how to start their shows. Love it. And Adam Cole adjusting his knee pads right there. By the way, referee Audrey official, she is one of my favorites in the company. I mean, she just adds more to the match itself. So watching Audrey call the action is definitely amazing as well. All right. So Jungle Boy really fighting back here tonight. Wow. So Jungle Boy is really feeling it. He's excited. He's ready to go. You know, Adam Cole looks to be in some trouble right now. If I could predict the winner of this match, I'm not gonna say it's Jungle Boy because Adam Cole just made his debut. He's still fresh. He's still energetic. He still has everything going for himself. For him to lose this early on a non-pay-per-view show, and that to Jungle Boy, would be a huge loss. I don't see it happening. Maybe if they want to put Jungle Boy over, it won't be a clean finish. Maybe Adam Cole's buddies will interfere in this match. But I don't see Adam Cole losing this match in any capacity whatsoever. Ah, wow. Nothing better than sipping on some coffee when you're cold. Feels great. While CM Punk is there calling the action, looking great. Nobody does it better than CM Punk, right? Nobody does it better than JR. Nobody does it better than Taz. And AEW has all of these talent, raw talent, no matter you talk about the ring or the microphone. They've got all the top talent right there. You talk about the ring announcer, everything is great. And by the way, speaking of ring announcer, can you imagine what a hard time Ronda Rousey's daughter will give to the ring announcer when she goes on to become a WWE or UFC star? I mean, the ring announcer is probably going to quit before he could even introduce her. Calling out her name would be a challenge. I can't wait for it to happen. And it's going to be something very, very interesting for sure. And the Jungle Boy, like a suplex. Okay. Jungle Boy puts Adam Cole up to the top turnbuckle. That's been very interesting so far, that's for sure. Really, Jungle Boy is dominating this match. I did not expect it to go down this way. Adam Cole really looking weak here. It's something that we don't really get to see a lot, especially against smaller competitors like Jungle Boy. We don't see it in the WWE very often, but here we are seeing it in AEW Dynamite in the middle of the ring. Jungle Boy dominating Adam Cole, really manhandling him at this point, lifting it up to his shoulders. Adam Cole, I don't know if he's going to be able to counter that, and he was able to. It is rolled up to a pin. Jungle Boy kicks it out. Adam Cole with a kick to the gut, a backbreaker. Okay, Audrey feeling the effects right there of the backbreaker. She looks like she's hurt with a suplex right now. Okay, he's really going after the injured back here. Again, a kick out at two. I mean, this guy, Jungle Boy, has fought hard so far. It's impossible for him to quit right now. He's going to be here for a bit here. He's going to be fighting back. He's definitely a fighter. And William says, I got Cole winning this. I agree, William. I mean, there's no way that Cole would be losing this match. He's still fresh AEW. He's still red hot. People are still paying a lot of attention to all of his matches, which is why he's opening the show tonight. And there's no way that Cole would lose it, actually. Again, tonight's show is going to be definitely very emotional. And AEW right there has this emotional aspect attached to its shows, which WWE sort of lacks. Respect to the Ultimate Warrior, but I believe the last time people were so emotionally invested in a WWE episode was Raw. It was Raw, I believe. Well, no, it was not Raw. It was the SmackDown following Raw, when the Ultimate Warrior passed away and people were emotional and they tuned in. Their emotional aspect made them tune in to the show to see how WWE would pay its tribute to the Ultimate Warrior. But AEW has everything going. I mean, it's got the action, it's got the promos, it's got the talent, it's got the emotional attachment, the emotional aspect which draws old and new fans. I mean, you talk about Owen Hart, you talk about Brodie Lee. It's got this tremendous way that it pays homage and respect to the wrestling talents from the past and the present, which is just wonderful. It's incredible what AEW has been able to do in this little time. It's been able to do a fantastic job, paying respect to all these talents, and especially with the work that they have done with Owen Hart is incredible. It's incredible. It's something that nobody ever imagined would happen in a million years, and they were able to do it. D-Star to see Adam Cole, baby. So you've got a lot of support for Adam Cole here. Just like I said, Adam Cole is going to be winning. William says he's got Cole winning, and D-Star as well, believes the same. I mean, Adam Cole is just too red hot for to lose at this point. It just wouldn't make any sense. But would it end up in a countout? Will this match end with a countout? Would it end with an interference? That is yet to be seen. But does AEW want Jungle Boy to look weak? That is the ultimate question. So, which will be answered shortly, I believe. And Cole with a kick to Jungle Boy's head, just as he was about to perform his fantastic dive right there. And Cole, I believe he's going to be taking advantage. Is he going to climb the top turnbuckle? No, he's not. No, he's not. Jungle Boy not even giving him the time to do so with an incredible dive to the wow. They're both out now, and Jungle Boy tending to his knee here. Even though he did that fantastic move, uh, just putting Cole away, putting Cole down outside of the ring. Incredible move right there, but what an impact did it cause to his own knee? I think Adam Cole gained more out of that move than Jungle Boy did. Adam Cole was less injured than Jungle Boy was. I mean, he's already down and out. Look at that. Oh wow, wow! I think this lights out for Jungle Boy. He's gonna be pinned. One, two, and no! Wow, Jungle Boy really a man with the big heart right here tonight. He is not gonna give up so easily. This is the hometown of Mr. Brodie Lee, and all the competitors tonight. It seems like they all are wearing the heart of Brodie Lee, really wearing the same passion and the determination that Brodie Lee carried to the ring every time he stepped inside the square circle. Both of them not giving up, just like Brodie Lee never gave up throughout his life. No matter you talk about inside or outside the ring, Brodie Lee was a fighter, and that's the same spirit, that's the same emotion that these competitors are showing to us right here tonight at AEW Dynamite. And Adam Cole removing his knee pad, trying to cause as much damage as he can to Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy counters. He dodges that move, and he goes in for the STF, as I like to call it, the way it's always been called for years. He goes in for the STF. It's locked in. Adam Cole is in a tough spot here. Is he going to tap out? I don't think so. I don't think so. But Adam Cole is definitely in a rough position here. Audrey realizes it. She's asking Cole if he wants to give up. Adam Cole crawling to the ropes. I think he's gonna be able to make it. There's no way. I mean, Jungle Boy is not too heavy, so it cannot be too hard for him to actually climb to the ropes. But Jungle Boy tries to pull him back in position to the center of the ring, gets kicked out of the ring, tries to make it his way back into the ring. Cole goes for the punch right there. Jungle Boy counters. Wow. And a kick between the legs when Audrey, the referee, was distracted. And Jungle Boy's out. Lights out right there. Just like I said, I said this early on. I said Adam Cole is going to win, but it depends on AEW and how strong they want Jungle Boy to come across as. I mean, had it been a clean win, they would have been willing to sacrifice Jungle Boy's momentum for Adam Cole's momentum. But here, what they did was it ended with a dirty finish. It ended with a kick to the kick between the legs, and that shows that yes, they do want to put Cole over, but they also don't want to, stop this momentum and everything that Jungle Boy has going for himself. So a decent finish so right now. I mean, this match was good. The ending I can agree on. What a way to stop the match. I mean, Jungle Boy did not lose any of his momentum. Adam Cole looked strong. Both of the competitors look strong in this match. And Adam Cole is still up and running, still the guy that people look out for. Wow, what a solid match to start the show. Incredible indeed. And Adam Cole looks very, very happy as he sits there. He looks satisfied with the result of this match. And BTE makes its way to the ring. I believe they're going to be celebrating with Cole here. And I really find it funny how the Good Brothers always show up for AEW, but they never actually show up for their own show. That's Impact Wrestling. They say that they're on vacation when it comes to Impact, but they're always here in AEW. That's something that I find really funny, and they're here with the Impact Tag Titles. I mean, at this point, why don't they just sign with AEW? I'm pretty sure that they will want Impact. Their contract with Impact runs over, and that's something that really makes me, a bit worried as well. Is that what happens when the contracts of these Impact stars gets over and AEW signs them? Does the relationship between AEW and Impact still continue, or is there going to be bad blood between the two promotions, considering that Impact is going to be handpicking a lot of their talent in the future? I mean, it's going to happen for sure. A lot of Impact stars that appear on AEW, they most likely love the job that AEW is doing, and they want to be a part of it. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they actually end up signing with the company, and I don't know how that would, look, and how that Impact officials will feel about it. So that is something that I'm actually very curious to see myself. But solid match, good start to the show. This is supposed to be a very memorable show, of course, with Brodie Lee and the tribute that paying to the incredible star, Mr. Brodie Lee. Let's see how that turns out. It's going to be memorable. I'm wondering if negative 10 is going to be there as well. I do think that he will be, but let's see what is yet to happen. Right. And if you're not following us on Instagram, I would ask you to please check us out. On Instagram, we've got some great content out there. We're also doing live coverage of the show as we do for every single show out there. We're doing it on YouTube right here, as you can see. And we're also covering the show on Instagram, which means you're going to be getting live results from every single match on Instagram live as the show goes on. So don't miss out on that as well. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. The username is same as here on YouTube. Their username is Wrasslinews. So make sure to check us out as we've got some amazing, some incredible exclusive content for you every single day of the week. All right, and we are currently on commercial, and no picture in picture for me right now. I mean, I wish there was some picture in picture going on, but we have got the full screen commercial right now. I think I shouldn't complain too much because we do get better commercials and shorter commercials here than we do in the case of WWE. But still, who likes commercials, no matter how big or small they are? Nobody likes commercials, right? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. You know I'm not wrong. But yeah, it is what it is. Right. And as I speak to you guys, I'm also creating some graphics for Instagram so we can put out the results on there as well because we've got fans on Instagram waiting for our live. Okay, and here we are. Okay, BTE is here showing off the Good Brothers showing off their Impact Tag titles. At least they acknowledge the promotion that they actually work for at the moment. So I'm happy that they did that. But let's see what do they actually have to say here. All right, so they're just rubbing it in everybody's face that they've got all the gold in the world. I mean, they've got the AEW World Championship, they got the Tag Team Championships of Impact Wrestling. They've got the greatest tag team in the world, if you want to call it that way, the Young Bucks, and they've got Adam Cole, of course. So they've got a lot of stuff, to boast about. Obviously, all right. So they're making some jokes there. I believe it's time for a story time with Adam Cole now. Oh, it's not. All right, Adam Cole is undefeated at least in AEW so far, and he has all the reason to rub it in everybody's face. That's for sure, and he is doing just that right now. Okay. I don't know. People love BT segments. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but let's see. People really want CM Punk to do something, save them from whatever is happening in the ring right now. I understand why they're doing that, but yeah, let's see if CM Punk would actually do something about it and answer the prayers of the fans. I don't think it's going to happen.
AEW Dynamite's greatest match. Kenny, that was possibly AEW's greatest match.
Kenny Omega really rubbing in everybody's face right now. I mean, he's confident, he's happy, he knows that he's got everything going for himself. He knows that he pulled off a tremendous match against Bryan Danielson at AEW Dynamite last week, which was the Grand Slam edition of Dynamite. I mean, it was an incredible match. We were on our heels, at home or in the arena right there in New York City. I mean, it was a great match. And this guy realizes it. Kenny Omega realizes it, and that's the only problem. That's why he is so, whatever he is.
The other problem is that you have zero record. You're not getting a rematch. You're never going to see me face to face in that ring ever again.
All right, Daniel Bryan is here to answer Kenny Omega's prayers, I believe. And the music hits, fans pop. Let's see what Bryan Danielson actually has to say tonight. All right, and Brian again with the white T-shirt. I know that it annoys a little, the people out there. They were expecting some Brian merch that they could actually cap, but then Brian, of course, he loves his white T-shirt, loves the simplicity. He's all about the simple life, and it shows. And it's something that I believe, we can all respect, right? I mean, we can all respect that. So,
Let's see. Do you guys want to see a rematch between me and Kenny Omega?
nice. All right, so Brian here asking the fans if they actually want to see a rematch between himself and Kenny Omega, and the fans go yes.
I want a rematch, but it appears that you don't have enough balls to give me a rematch.
Brian says that he wants a rematch just as much as the fans do, but Kenny Omega apparently does not. He does not have the balls to give him the rematch that everybody wants to see. Okay, interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Kenny No Balls Omega.
And Kenny No Balls Omega is the name that Brian gives to Kenny Omega right there. I think that Kenny Omega is quite embarrassed right now, as anyone would be, right? Especially if you are the world champion of AEW. And fans chanting Kenny No Balls Omega, the AEW world champion. I don't know how that looks when you are the world champion of a company to be called that. I don't think that's a very good look.
So now,
And Kenny No
let's see
Balls
if anybody,
sounds like an actual chant that's going to be here to exist for some time now.
any one of you for a match on Rampage. Oh. On Rampage. Wow. Big words from such a small little man. Why Rampage, Brian? How about right now? Today is your. That's right. Because today is your lucky day. You're the next contestant on the Price is Right. You guys want to see us fight right now?
Are we actually getting this match tonight? I'll be.
Okay. But I'm not coming alone. Come on, guys.
Okay. That's a bummer.
Just you, Brian. Brian Danielson calling in the reinforcements. Right in this area.
I hope this does not turn out to be a tag team match and a one-on-one match that we all want to see.
Luchasaurus Marco's got the Jungle Boy. This wasn't part of the deal. What the hell?
Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna get a tag team match in our hands right now. I mean, a one-on-one match between Brian and Kenny week after week sounds too good to be true. If you know what I mean, it sounds too good to be true. So will it actually happen tonight? I don't think so. I do not think that tonight is the night for it.
Showing their true colors as cowards.
And Kenny Noble is being chanted right now as people are obviously not happy with what they're seeing.
Shirt says Kenny has balls. Well, Tony's move on that.
Okay.
Certainly did. Brian Danielson laid out the challenge for Rampage.
Okay.
What do you think's gonna happen? Well, listen, I'm not surprised at the
So basically, we're not getting the match tonight. Brian has challenged Kenny Omega for a match at Rampage. Is Kenny Omega gonna be accepting that challenge? I don't know, but should he? I do believe so. Since they've teased it, I don't think that there's any reason for them to not pull it off. And this is again one of those things now that people always complained, that WWE does is spoil their matches, spoil their appearances. This is something that AEW, if you see sooner or later, we're getting some glimpses of it right now. They announce the matches beforehand, as they should, because they want the audience, they want to give the audience members a reason to tune in, and that's what they're doing today. That's what they did tonight with this whole segment. Daniel Bryan has issued the challenge. He wants to meet Kenny Omega at Rampage. And I believe that match is going to happen. There's no reason for it to not happen. And this is the reason why they want the fans to tune in this Friday. So, Rampage is definitely something that if SmackDown sucks, fans get a second option. Fans do not have to go to bed disappointed, but they can actually tune in right after SmackDown and they can actually enjoy Rampage. So it definitely gives fans a second option, which is something that we can appreciate, right? Why not? I do appreciate it. I had to sit through not last night's, last week's SmackDown. It was a horrible show. And I was glad that Rampage was around because I did not have to go to bed disappointed in wrestling. And Rampage gives you that outlet to really make up for the 2 hours that you really hate or despise watching SmackDown and the show ends up being bad. Is SmackDown this week going to be any different than it was last week? I don't know, but do we have a reason to be hyped about it so far? I don't think so either, right? Not really. So let's see what happens. But we know that Rampage is going to be a memorable show. Let's wait for WWE to really do something and make SmackDown just as entertaining and give us a reason to actually tune in. So we have a big reason to tune into Rampage. Now is a turn for WWE to do something and give us a damn reason to tune in. So it's been wow. The war people talked about all this while has just begun, and we have actually started to see a real fight here. There is a Daniel Bryan. So again, do you guys expect Bryan versus Omega to actually take place at Rampage? And I have a bad habit, by the way. I was just creating a post for Instagram, and I literally wrote down Daniel Bryan instead of Bryan Danielson, and that's something that we are so habitual. We've been calling this guy Daniel Bryan since forever. We've seen so many great moments take place, and all thanks to Daniel Bryan. So it's obvious to call him by that name. I don't know how you really move from Daniel Bryan to Bryan Danielson in like a few nights. It's hard for me at least. So interesting.
Well, it's been a while since you guys have defended those AAA tag titles. I think it's time you do. It's up to you. Hey, wait. How about maybe Japones friends to take this titles? You know what? Anywhere, anytime. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque
And we're seeing Andrade here, and of course,
all right, guys, on that note, let's go back to the ring. Andrade, how you saying got some friends to take those titles. Very interesting development. Does that guy have any friends that he doesn't pay?
This is acting bouncing for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching ring at a combined weight of 391 pounds. The team of Knight Seidel and Dante Martin.
Well, speaking of outstanding tag teams,
I'm back. I was actually posting on Instagram, just like I said, we're doing it both. We're doing Instagram and we're doing YouTube. So, yeah, I mean, we just saw a great segment between Brian and Kenny. And, even though my mind said that no, we're not getting this match tonight, it's too good to be true. 5-star matches week after week between the same opponents. It's too good to be true. I mean, this is pay per view standard match. But the way that they actually played out that segment and presented to us, I was like a little child in the candy store who was so excited to see what he was getting. But of course, it didn't happen. But the good thing is that we're still going to be seeing this match take place at Rampage this Friday. So excited about that. Cody Rhodes is here and looking like $1 million right there. And William says, I got a hot take question for you. Do you think Brian Danielson, Brian Danielson, should be in the WWE Hall of Fame in the future, even though he's in AEW? I think so. I think so, considering the stuff that, AEW has done, Owen Hart in AEW and whatnot. So I feel like WWE is somehow gonna be taking the shot. I mean, the world knows that Daniel Bryan is in AEW right now, so it wouldn't hurt for them to actually induct him into the Hall of Fame of WWE. It's just probably gonna be like a slap to the face of AEW because AEW does not have a Hall of Fame of its own, and WWE does. So I feel like they would like to show it off and induct him into the wing one day, but it only depends on Brian if he would like for it to happen as well so early on in his career because, you know, he's still in his prime, as he says. He still wants to put talent over. He still wants to do stuff that he, wants to do. So let's see. And Arn Anderson is here, which reminds me of the tremendous botch we saw from Arn this past week, where when he basically fell from the ring side and he from the apron to the ringside. It was something memorable. He kept holding on to what Cage said, his menu. Funny. So Brian Danielson is going back to WWE after this. His wife is kind of there. He hasn't badmouthed it. I know. It's true. He's got all the WWE people right there. I don't think that the Bellas would ever leave the WWE for AEW. I think that they've enjoyed being in WWE a lot. The success that they have achieved in WWE is far wider and greater than they would ever achieve in any other wrestling promotion. That's what I feel. I don't think that they would ever leave the company. I mean, look at what they've done. Hall of Fame, Total Divas, Total Bellas. I mean, they've been the center of attention for years, and they still continue to be treated as legends. So they cannot leave the company for sure. But it all depends on how Brian's run in AEW turns out to be. I mean, is it something that he ends up enjoying a lot? Enjoying more than WWE. I mean, right now he's sort of in his honeymoon phase. It's expected of Brian to actually enjoy his run. It's the honeymoon phase is still going on right now. I mean, he's still getting started. He's enjoying the freedom that he's gotten. I believe he's enjoying these new, fresh faces and whatnot, new atmosphere. We'll actually start getting answers after a year from now, if he's in the same position that he's in right now, if Adam Cole is the same position he's in right now, we'll start getting answers in a year. D Star says Brian Danielson is going back to WWF. Oh, that was okay. With these sunglasses, it's hard for me to read. So that was not Valim. That was D Star with that opinion. Respect that. Could see it happening, but let's see how it turns out. Again, just like I said, it all depends on Brian and his time in AEW. If he actually ends up enjoying more than he did in the WWE, let's see what happens.
Just turned 20 years of age. Black cancer. Yeah, he literally jumped over his head. Jumped right over top of him. Well, we have to take a shot. We're going to stick with all the action and picture in picture. You won't miss a second. Cody Rhodes building up ahead of Steve Escalera. And Matt Sydal dodged it and comes out of Meteora. A Meteora on the floor, no doubt. And that was a rough landing for Cody. Yeah, it was. I mean, both his
And just in the opening few minutes of the show, I believe we are about an hour into the show now, 45 minutes, and we've seen more wrestling than we saw. I mean, I keep crapping on SmackDown from last week, but it's true. Last week's SmackDown, as KG reported, had about 20 minutes of wrestling, and this show has already surpassed that time limit. This show already has more than 20 minutes of wrestling, and it's been not just wrestling, it's been good wrestling. Loving the show so far. We had one little segment which was pretty entertaining in itself. The wrestling has been gold. We're seeing Matt Sydal, we're seeing Cody Rhodes, we're seeing top notch talent even in this second match of the show. The first match, the opening match, was great. The second match has been good so far. Let's see how it actually turns out. Okay. All right.
Seidel is somebody, I mean, you mentioned how the experience of Seidel at Dante's age. Matt Seidel is somebody that was very influential on a young Dante Martin. Because of Seidel's high flying monk, I know you've been in many an armory across the ring from Matt Seidel.
Yeah, and you see Seidel right here tying up little Shoddy with a nice bow and arrow. He's somebody who I have experience with. Who I don't have experience with is this man right here.
Good match right there.
Dante Martin, and I can't
Tough back
say
and
enough
forth.
complimentary things about this kid. He's a freak, and I mean that in the greatest possible way. He's dangerous.
Like the Greek freak.
Yes, like the Greek freak. I mean, this kid is dangerous. He's already a well-versed tag team wrestler. I see future singles potential in this young man.
And he's the Mexican to the price is right.
Darius returns from injury. They are going to be a huge tag team threat. I mean, Matt Seidel, Dante tag team threat.
So this is a question to all of you right here. During the segment that we had with between Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan and all the people, who did Bryan actually challenge? I mean, who is Bryan facing next week? Is he going to be facing Kenny Omega or is he going to be facing any of the Elite? Was it actually made clear during the segment? Because I'm a little confused right now.
Lightning spiral.
Okay, yeah, it was actually made to.
I can call that. That's a drop kick, JR.
I gotta delete that.
During picture-in-picture, look at this. Oh, Dante Martin just floating on air, taking out both Lee Johnson and Cody Rhodes, just landing on his feet.
Yeah, there's something about this kid that's like Tiger Cats. He does stuff that you don't think humans can do.
Putting off his feet, nice power slam by Cody.
Listen, they don't like
Hip toss, wall reverse, T. Harris. Dante elevating up. Oh, and Cody just leveling Dante with a big elbow strike.
See, so this is the problem with live reporting. You really have to be on your heels at all time. So Bryan actually challenged any of the Elite members to a match at Rampage, and not just Kenny Omega. So this is something that I got wrong, and thanks to the fans on Instagram, they corrected me, and now I gotta make the correction and actually put it out there. So it's not easy doing live reporting, and while you're doing a watch log. So that's a lesson learned right there. But what we see in the ring right now, Cody Rhodes is in control. You know, obviously, we did not expect it to go in any other direction, right? I mean, Cody Rhodes is definitely in control. Matt Sydal here with the kick to the temple of Cody, and seems like the tables are sort of turning around right here.
martial art that he has, 'cause I've never experienced anything like
Dante up to the top. There's a drop kick off the top. It calls Rhodes. 2, go. Cody able to kick out. Such hang time on that missile drop kick. Dante Martin comes up clutching his ribs a little bit. You saw a grimace on his
So we're not going to be seeing Bryan versus Kenny, but we're going to be seeing Bryan versus any of the Elite this Friday at Rampage. So who do you guys think? Who is it going to be?
The leg is hooked. 2, oh. I'll say this for Cody. He's tough as hell. He's kicking out. He's persevering.
what happened to Shoddy Lee. There he is.
Lee Johnson bringing himself up to the apron. The Bandera sends Dante over the top to the face of Matt Sydal.
Oh, wow. Wow, it's getting spicy here in Rochester. Shoddy Lee tags himself in.
Yeah, I'll take this spear. That's right. Oh, Lee Johnson rolled Sydal up, put across the jaw of Matt Sydal. Sydal caught it right in the face. Dante Martin still the lead.
Interesting.
Look at the rolls up. Lee Johnson too. Oh. Very, very close. Swinging up, miss. That shot didn't. Lee Johnson.
I think that the team of Cody Rhodes is going to be picking up the win.
Leg is hard.
I mean, They've got the reality show going on right now. They've got everything going for themselves. Yeah, of course they won. Of course they won. This is something that WWE keeps getting crapped on a lot of times, and I feel like that's kind of unfair because I haven't been the greatest fan of Cody Rhodes during his time in AEW, particularly because I feel like Cody Rhodes had done a better job in the WWE itself. So this right now, I'm not the biggest fan of his time in the company in AEW. It's been fine, but I feel like he's been giving a VIP treatment for sure, which I don't know what to say about it. He's no Triple H, he's no Triple H, but yeah, he's been given some sort of that treatment. Not the biggest fan of that. William says CM Punk was made for. I know CM Punk was made for wrestling. I'm glad that he made the switch back from MMA to wrestling. No matter the reasons, I'm just glad that happened.
Stop talking. Stop talking. July the 7th, Malachi Black came into our life. He has systematically destroyed every one of us. He used me to get to you, but it's your fight. The first time he totally destroyed you, you start taking your boot off. What's that all about? We didn't talk about that. You come back for number two. I got this. You finally get him hurt. What do? You roll out of the ring to see about me.
So there's some kind of confrontation going on between Cody and Arn Anderson right there. Both of them do not look pleased. Is there a split going on in the Nightmare family instead right now? Does look like it.
Malachi Black is an assassin. He's a predator. He will do anything in the world to win a match.
This segment is only putting Malachi Black over if it's doing anything at all.
Ask Brock. And just the fact is, I would step in and take the fight, but I'm just too damn old. But I'll tell you what, there's two big differences between you and I, Cody. You pull up to a red light, a man jerks your door open, says, out of the car, I'm taking your car. You say, okay, take it. Just don't hurt me. You know what I do? I pull out the Glock, put it on his forehead, and spill his brains all over the concrete. I'm Arn Anderson, and all that implies. And I'll be damned if I want to coach a loser. Come on with me, Lee. At least you listen to me.
All right, so Arn Anderson's really fired up right now. He says he would take on Malachi Black if he wasn't just too damn old in his own words right now. But
I believe that Arn Anderson has bodies in his past, but I don't believe he used a gun to tally those bodies.
We have to take a break and collect ourselves. We'll be right back.
I don't know what's going on right now. Wow, I'm at a loss of words. Arn Anderson definitely looks fired up. Cody Rhodes does not look like he's too sure about what's going on, what Arn has in mind right now. But let's see. Let's see what really goes down. They are on a commercial break as we speak, and I'm going to take this time to actually post to Instagram right here. But be sure to share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comments. I would love to address those as soon as I'm done with this post real quick. All right, so what we saw right now was Nightmare Family defeated Lee and Dante Martin via pinfall. So Dante Martin and all right, so Nightmare Family defeat Dante Martin and Matt Sydal thanks to the knee from Lee Johnson. And we are currently on commercial. When we get back from commercial, we're going to be seeing what does Arn Anderson have in mind. How does Cody Rhodes feel about it? Because from what we saw before we went to commercial was that Cody Rhodes wasn't too sure about what Arn really was up to. What how we Arn really looked fired up. He said that he'd take on Malachi Black if he wasn't, if it wasn't for his own age. So he definitely is fired up. He definitely, is ready to go. He's not gonna be sitting back and really letting Malachi Black run the place. Let's see how it all goes down. Right. Just do this real quick. So we are still in commercial, and we're looking forward to seeing what Arn Anderson has up his sleeves. What does he think? What does he want tonight? Because he definitely is fired up. We just have to see how it all turns out. Right, as we see, we're still in commercial. Right, let's see. And the commercial break is over. And we are seeing a hype package for John Moxley. And actually, we're seeing the match. John Moxley is making his way to the ring. John Moxley is also accompanied by Eddie Kingston, Darby Allin, and The Sting. Look at that. Look at that. That is an amazing looking team. I mean, they all look determined. They all ready to go. This isn't the sort of tag team you would ever expect to see in WWE. I mean, did you ever expect John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, and The Sting to really go shoulders to shoulders, head into the ring like that? No. And look at it happening right now. It's incredible. Incredible, to say the least. Wow. Love it. And Arn Anderson's promo that we saw tonight is basically, I feel like it sets an example on how you can effectively use legends in this business, in the business of professional wrestling. I mean, Arn Anderson really being his experience is really it counts here, and people appreciate him. And Arn Anderson, the way he said that he does not want to be managing losers is a big statement right there. It's a really big statement. Let's see how that all turns out. Let's see if Cody Rhodes is able to prove to Arn that he's not a loser. He's not a loser at all. It's all yet to be seen how that all turns out. Okay, and as we speak right now, the match is currently ongoing. We're seeing the Jackson versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin tags in Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston, we saw him in an incredible match this past week, where we also saw the debut of an Impact X Division, former Impact X Division champion. What a night that was. I mean, last week, Grand Slam shows were just incredible. We saw some amazing matches. Eddie Kingston here realizes that John Moxley wants in right now. He is desperately wanting to get in, so get some of the piece of the action right there. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, so. And right now, John Moxley's in trouble. He wanted to get in on the match, get in on the action, really do something in the match, But right now, he's in some trouble. I believe that he wished he was still standing on that apron right now, and was it actually in the ring? And Kingston, of course, showing his dominance again. I mean, Kingston has been on a roll, you believe it or not. He's been doing a great job. A lot of people say that, Kingston is successful only in this company. He wouldn't have been as successful in any other promotion. But look at him go. I mean, he has all the reasons to be successful. He's not just all talks or just show off. I mean, he can really walk the talk and really prove to everybody why he is Eddie Kingston and why is he being able to be so that successful here in AEW. He's been doing a great job so far. And Moxley in control again in this match. Of course, he had to be. And if I could make an early prediction right now, I didn't even have to because we got an early result from this match. John Moxley has won, and just like that, picking up the win for the team of Moxley, Darby Allin, and the Sting. A good match so far. Not mad at all. It was a good win. Would I say that the action in this match was incredible? If I would compare it to what we saw with between Adam Cole and the Jungle Boy, or even the tag team match that we just saw, I wouldn't say that this match was the best match of the night in terms of the action. But I would just say that it was an entertaining match. We got some big names involved. We got the Young Bucks picking up the loss there, which is something that we can all appreciate, I believe. So that's good enough for me, I guess. And staying with this Scorpion deadlock to one of the Jacksons, and this is something that I love to see. I mean, who even likes the Young Bucks? They're so annoying, and it's always a pleasure seeing them getting beat up in the ring. So, yeah, good match, I must say. Good match. And a promo for Ruby Soho here, who's been on a roll in AEW to say the least. I mean, Ruby Soho, fans are behind her, fans love her, fans want to see more of Ruby Soho. So she is really, I mean, I don't know if I can call her fortunate. Fans are just as fortunate to see her in the ring and be able to perform to her fullest capacity. But she's been just as fortunate to really get a spot in AEW because this is a promotion which gives her the outlet to do what she's always loved to do, and that is perform for the fans to the fullest potential possible. And this is something that she was not able to do in WWE. She was limited, restricted to her very own character, and she's been able to go here in AEW, and that's really amazing.
A year and a half ago, I was supposed to make my debut right here in Manchester, New York. But fortunately, that was deleted because this place did
And Matt Hardy is back again. I know that this is one person our very own KJ White from Wrasslinews loves to see. He loves seeing Matt Hardy get TV time here in AEW. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Um, yeah, I'm glad that that's over. I don't like Matt at all in AEW. I don't know what's going on with him, but not a fan of Matt Hardy.
This is a 16-man tag team match set for football.
We're going to be seeing a hair versus hair match very shortly. You know about it. And I said, and Cage said it himself. He said that how do you even get hyped about a hair versus hair match when Orange Cassidy barely has any? I mean, it wouldn't be too bad if he actually loses his hair because he's not really going to feel the difference, right? He already has very short hair. So it's not the big of the deal, not the greatest stipulation for, I mean, Orange to be involved on because there's not a lot at stake here. I mean, if you really put somebody in a hair versus hair match, you put somebody like Donald Trump or Vince McMahon, two big egos, if you know what I'm talking about. Donald Trump loves his ego, he loves his pride, he loves his hair, it's his actual pride. So that match was something to be excited about. But this right here, I don't know. I don't know if it's the greatest stipulation ever. and CM Punk has acknowledging the love that he's getting from the fans as he's in commentary tonight. He appreciates the fact that people want to see him in the ring, as fans have been chanting for him all night long. But we know from social media that fans are loving him on the commentary as well. I mean, he's pure magic. As William put together, he said that CM Punk was made for wrestling and commentary, and we're seeing just that tonight. We're seeing just that tonight.
Kenny Omega put on a clinic. Yeah, very well said, CM Punk. I tell you, this is a moment. You see the sign for Brodie, and there's already issues here. You see on Wrasslinews. You got a lot of disagreement between. Oh, Alan Angels just took the number 5 mask off and threw it.
All right, so it's wow. So we are here seeing the Dark Order, and considering that this is a tribute show to the late great Mr. Brodie Lee, the Dark Order must not lose. I mean, it would be bad booking if they lose. So this match, even though it will be predictable, I believe so, it's still entertaining because Dark Order is here, Matt Hardy and his gang is here. As much as I hate Matt Hardy in AEW and the work he's done, I mean, I was not the biggest fan of Matt Hardy's run in the WWE either. I am a Matt Hardy fan. I'm a fan of the Hardy Boys, but Matt Hardy has been average to say the least in these past few years. I was hyped. I popped when I heard Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy's music play at WrestleMania. I believe it was WrestleMania 33, 34. I can't really remember. But I popped hard and it was incredible. But from there, Jeff Hardy has not been getting any opportunities whatsoever. Matt Hardy has been below average. So haven't been enjoying a lot of Hardys these past few years, I can say. Which makes me sad as I said, but it's true, it's just the truth. So can't really do anything about it. And as you're watching this right now, make sure to tune into our Instagram as well, where we are posting live results from the show on Instagram. So make sure to follow us there as well. It is Wrasslinews on Instagram. All right, so
Especially on this night. Yeah, absolutely. Our leg. Now that we're back here, this night is about Brodie. This night is about John Hoover and honoring his memory. Who's this guy holding up orange? It's George Joel. That Brodie is brought into the HFO. You want to succeed, you have to do things my way. George Joel kind of gritting his teeth and going along with it, though. Cash those checks, George, early. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of people on game, so I apologize if I don't know who everybody is.
So this is something that I love, the transparency when it comes to the commentary table right now. A lot of fans actually are afraid to admit this. I will say this. Let's see. This is something that fans actually hate to admit, and that is not knowing everybody who's performing in the ring. So a lot of fans actually like to prove to everybody that they are hardcore fans. They're loyal to the company. They want people to realize or know that they know about wrestling as much as their peers do, or they know more than their peers do. And this is something that CM Punk was actually not afraid to acknowledge. I'll get to that in a second, as we are here ringside, and the private party, or whatever you want to call them, are really taking on one single member of the Dark Order. Audrey, who I really appreciate as a referee, could not really do a good job right there, and she has not been doing a very good job tonight. I mean, she missed the dirty blow between the legs there when it came to Jungle Boy and Adam Cole, and she missed the dirty road that the private party was putting on just seconds ago at ringside. And Audrey definitely is distracted for some reason tonight.
Dominating this match right now. AEW Dynamite back live here on TNT. I'm Excalibur, joined by Jim Ross.
Okay, so we were actually on commercial. back there. That's why the action was kind of slow. But for me, there was no commercial. I was still seeing everything, so it works different in different territories. For me, there was no commercial, and I was actually seeing all of that. And I came to know that was a commercial when I heard the commentator say that we are back from commercial. But for me, there was no commercial. So I guess you get those perks when you're doing a live watch along on YouTube with wrestling news. But yeah, so that's no wonder the action was kind of slowed down there. But nonetheless, it's been a good show, good match so far. I'm not the biggest fan of 16-man tag team matches, but still okay, still fine. I can't complain.
Back elbow. Every time I saw Evans today, his hair. I'm gonna lose this beautiful head of hair. Well, man. Orange Cassidy. Slaps on. Two. Oh. Is it a big loss if he loses his hair though? Really. Oh, wait a second. Evil Uno's walking out. What the hell? Evil Uno. This is Brodie's big night. And the orange touch with blood. Look at Evans. Backslide. Angel picks it up. Good thing Angel broke it up. They'll do it been over. Look at this. It's breaking down and breaking down. Now this is. Wait a second. It's -1. It's Amanda Huber. Amanda Huber is right out front. You gotta believe she's saying, not tonight, guys. Swallow your pride. Knock it off. Get in the ring and get it done for Brodie Lee.
And Brodie Lee's widow is here with her kids, and she's letting the Dark Order members know that they're not walking away, they're staying there, and they're fighting for Lee. And that's something cool.
Business in the ring. Dark Order has cleared the ring. At this point, I think Aubrey should just come up here and make a commentary.
Look at that. To get, this kind of reminds me of Eddie Guerrero and Vicky Guerrero, what they did back there with the WWE. This kind of reminds me of that, supporting the family of a late great wrestler in such a good way. It's definitely noble, and I'm pretty sure that their family appreciates a lot, considering how supportive the company has been, to the child and the wife of Brodie Lee, Mr. Brodie Lee. It's been great, and Tanya is there providing support to the family as Dark Order rolls on. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of these tag team matches where they have so many people involved, but this has been good. This has been fine. And Dark Order is in control. As I said, it was not expected for them to lose it all, and they're definitely going to pick up the win. Orange Cassidy right there with a Superman punch. The stunner. Wow, this guy is really getting it all. Wow, and just like that, the winner of this match, the Dark Order, with the help of Orange Cassidy and their friends, they have won the match, and it was expected, and it was very well deserved. Good to see all of that happening. Ali Raza, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you are enjoying Dynamite tonight and you're enjoying our watch along. I see that you want me to speak Punjabi, but I'm actually fluent in English and not Punjabi. Being a resident, living, in America for quite some time. I wish, but I'm going to be working on my Punjabi skills for sure. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the love and support that you guys are showing tonight. It's been a good show. It's been a decent show. Yeah, and it's been a pleasure covering this show. It's not boring. It's fine. It keeps me entertained. And I love the mask that Negative 10 has on. Look at that. That's adorable. You gotta love that. Love it. And wow. Leo Rush.
I'm a businessman. Now, I know you might be asking.
Wow.
It's called a leverage buyout. I borrow money against companies. I need a little bit of guidance.
Wow.
I'm the captain. I run the ship. I make profit
Whoa.
for the companies, and I use those profits
This is crazy. This is crazy.
That's true. It's a bit cycle. Rinse, rush, repeat. It works. I promise you.
This is insane.
Only if you know what you're doing. LBO.
Whoa. So Lio Rush is all elite. Lio Rush is here. And he is all elite. That's what it implies. That's what the promo right there implied. Lio Rush is all elite. Doesn't get any bigger than that, does it? I mean, so many signings. When does Tony Khan says, "All right, let's take a break, guys. Let's take a break. It's been quite a year. Let's take a break now." But no, Tony Khan does not seem to get a break at all. He loves signing these competitors. He loves signing these new names. And I believe that, wow, that's amazing. Lio Rush is all elite. Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
Is this the final twist?
So we are currently in commercial, and cannot believe what we just saw. Lio Rush is actually all elite. I believe that the last time we heard from him was when he was injured, and we thought that, hey, you know, that's awesome. Wow. So Lio Rush is back in AEW, and I think that people are happy right now. I don't know how many fans are fans of Lio Rush's music or his in-ring work. I mean, the man of the hour. People loved his work back at the WWE. I wasn't the biggest fan. I have to admit it. He's been a good guy. I believe he's been a good talent, but I wasn't the biggest fan of his attitude. I don't know if it was just his wrestling gimmick that I'm talking about here, or if it was heel work that actually worked. I mean, if you tried to be a heel in real life and tried to keep kayfabe alive in some way, I believe it worked, and that's something that I should be respecting. But still, not the biggest fan of what I saw, and yeah, wasn't just the biggest fan of Lio Rush. But he is back in AEW here, and let's see what does he have in store for us. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Lio Rush, the biggest news of the night is so far is that Lio Rush is back in AEW. We thought that he was injured. We thought he was out. A lot of people actually blamed AEW for his injury. They were unhappy. But Lio Rush at that time had nothing but good things to say about the company. And he's back. He's back now. So,
On September the 29th, greatest line of tag team wrestling, steering the FTR ship. We are revitalized. We are rejuvenated. We are refocused. And that's very bad news for everybody outside AEW. That's very good news for FTR and the Pinnacle. Guys. Jericho and see what's on his mind. Dan Lambert I will direct you to the big screen, and you will see that Jorge Masvidal's knee is what's on his mind, in his mind, and went through his mind, and he's now in the plastic surgeon's office trying to get it removed. But if you could shut up for a second and show some respect to your elders for once in your life, you'll actually hear me pay Chris Jericho a compliment, because that man had one of the most successful careers in the history of this business. And his greatest accomplishment here in AEW, where he took a startup company which was floundering in poor booking decisions and skinny little acrobats. He put it on his shoulders, injected it with rocket fuel, and turned it into the hottest promotion this industry has seen in decades.
okay.
Notwithstanding that series of unfortunate events, this story still has an even happier ending than a millennial's nightmare.
Wow, doing some classic heel work, calling the AEW fans, as guys who live in their mom's basement. This is some bold words considering how Tony Khan uh, acknowledged his AEW fans just a few weeks ago during a media press conference. He said that AEW fans are the greatest fans in the world of wrestling, and they are educated, at least college educated. They are wealthier than fans of any other promotions right outside there. So this is definitely something that really is in big contrast to Tony Khan's own words that we saw some time ago, a few weeks ago. And I talked about it. I talked about it a couple watch-alongs ago, and about the about how it made the other fans, non AEW fans, feel a bit uncomfortable. Well, let's see what this guy have to say here.
You know, about a year ago, I stood in this ring, I looked in that camera, and I asked, are you paying attention? I was one of the first champions here. I've had one of the best winning percentages in this company since day one. Day one! Not that long ago, I climbed the ladder, I grabbed the giant Sonic ring, and became the face of the revolution, and it still wasn't good enough. But you know who was paying attention? Dan Lambert. He sees what you ignore. He sees Scorpio Sky as a main eventer.
Okay.
Just like Ethan Page. Yep.
I don't know. So it's been a decent show. We got Adam Cole, we got Jungle Boy, we got Cody Rhodes. We did see a tremendous segment between the Elite, Daniel Bryan, and all those Jungle Jurassic Express guys. But if I were to compare it to last week, I wouldn't say that I'm the most entertained. Yes, it's been a decent show. Yes, I've been enjoying it, but not the biggest fan so far. It's been fine. It's been fine. That's all I'm gonna say. Good show. Good show. Not the best show, but good show. That's all I can say right now.
Show poster, show intro. Well, I'm not getting overlooked anymore, and neither Scorpio Sky. I got the best smile in professional wrestling.
And I'm getting a comment here, right here on Instagram, and they say Matt Hardy went to AEW to lose and not to be used in the ring. Smart guy. Okay. I do believe it. I think that was a sarcastic comment, and I do believe it. I mean, he was losing in WWE, but at least now in AEW he's getting some more ring time, right? Even though he's losing all the time, he's still getting some ring time, some screen time. So I think that's something that he is happy about, I guess. But yeah.
AEW Dynamite's second anniversary. In these 2 years, many things have happened. Moving to America, no one's dominating Japan, and being the longest reigning champion in AEW. Now, I'm gonna get another great honor. 50 wins.
49 wins. Bravo, bravo, Sheeta. But guess what? Your 50th win will mean nothing if you can't beat me. Woman of 1,000 olds.
I'm so excited to face one of the wrestlers I respect most, Serena Deeb.
Next week, Sheeta.
Wow.
invite you to step in.
Serena Deeb is getting the spotlight that she so well deserves. I feel like Serena Deeb has been such a struggler. No offense, but I feel like she's been such a struggler for the longest time. And, you know, it, I'm actually glad to see her getting some spotlight here in AEW. I feel it's kind of long overdue. And again, just talking about Matt Hardy. I feel like his family office is getting okay. Good thing we don't have Matt Hardy back here again, but we have his family office's own girls here, Ford and the Bunny. But yeah, and getting another comment here on Instagram again, asking if Bray Wyatt is going to be making his debut tonight or not. I don't think it's happening. I don't think that he's legally allowed to. Somebody did suggest that he could just do a little voiceover or something during the show, I don't think that's supposed to be happening as well, because he is not allowed to be involved in any wrestling company in any capacity whatsoever until his 90 days clause gets over. So that is yet to be seen. Let's see how that turns out. But so far, I don't think that we're going to be seeing him making his debut tonight for AEW.
Either that or the butcher.
I just wasn't. It's 2021.
Oh, look at Anna Jay just hammering shots down on the bunny.
All right.
There's a couple of things I want to talk about. I want to talk about Ty Conti. I want to talk about Anna Jay. Anna Jay not wearing the Dark Order colors. Earlier, I said I'd be bummed if I was in the Dark Order because they can't seem to get their heads together.
CM Punk is actually making a very good statement here. He says that Anna Jay is not wearing the Dark Order colors tonight, which is a pretty big statement. He is sounding a bit bummed about it, but there has to be a reason, right, why she's not wearing the Dark Order colors. I believe that is yet to be seen, but very good point made by CM Punk as he sits there on the commentary table. He says that Anna Jay is not wearing the Dark Order colors, which, wow, actually, something that I didn't think about myself. Good point by Punk right there. That's why he's so great at commentary. He just belongs there, you know.
Available right now, AEWTIX.com, Ticketmaster.com.
Two great nights, two nights of live action. AEWTIX.com. Tickets are going fast. Get yours today.
Combination offense by Penelope Ford and the bunny.
Okay, so
Bunny is an angry young lady.
And she got problems. Hey!
Knee drop by Penelope Ford. We have to take a brief break, but we're going to stick with the action and picture.
all right, so they're going to be taking another commercial here. And just like I said earlier, this has been a good show. No doubts about that. Okay, they did take a brief break, but not for me. You guys probably are on commercial as you're watching this right now, but I'm not. So glad about that. I'm still enjoying the action, still enjoying the show. Hey, that's something that I can always boast about, right? I guess that's the perks of being a wrestling news guy. Doing these watch-alongs. They know the importance of these watch-alongs. They know that we cannot afford a commercial break, and that's why they don't put us on a commercial break. We can get to watch the whole show as we wanted. So it's been good. It's been good. I've been enjoying these little perks from AEW. So.
That's me. That sinister side of the bunny.
She seems like a Dick Buckus type who would file nails to a point. You're saying you're dropping her, you lad. I might as well.
Right. So next week we're gonna be seeing Serena Deeb taking on Hikaru Shida. So this is gonna be an interesting match. Next week, of course, we're gonna be celebrating, or AEW is gonna be celebrating their anniversary of AEW Dynamite. It's gonna be an anniversary edition special show, which I believe is the case for every single AEW episode right out there, because sometimes we have Grand Slam. Today we have a Brodie Lee special. Next we're going to have an anniversary special. So it becomes too frequent to the point where it actually gets a bit tiring. But I guess fans enjoy it. That's why we see it so very often. But it's something that I've realized about AEW, something that I haven't been the biggest fan of since its ascension, basically. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
So conceited, so arrogant.
I like what she was doing. She was trying to bend that injured shoulder. I mean, she's got
so soon after she's got meat color to post. But here we are. Nice double suplex, double team. A 2 count. Breaks it up.
Our very own Tony Schiavone.
And it's been confirmed by AEW that Leo Rush has signed with All Elite Wrestling and he's officially All Elite. So, this has actually happened. Leo Rush, it seems like he's signed a full-time deal with All Elite Wrestling and he is All Elite. So, like it or not, it has happened, and Leo Rush is here to stay. So, if Leo Rush was a guy that you actually missed in WWE or on your wrestling programming every single week, you know. And D-Star here says, I don't get the bunny gimmick. Is she meant to be an evil bunny or something? I don't know. I don't know either. I think that she's meant to be an evil bunny, but the name Bunny and Evil, it just doesn't go along very well. But regardless of that, I feel like she's great in the ring. I like her presence. I like her character. I can't say I like her character. I would say I like her personality. So I enjoy seeing the bunny. She's sort of annoying, but I like enjoying her. That's for sure. I like her personality. But it just makes me think: wouldn't the bunny be better off as a baby face, just like you said? Better than an evil bunny, maybe. This bunny sort of reminds me of The Life of Pets, if you've seen that movie. I'm a big fan of animation films. I love Disney and whatnot. So, but it really makes me feel like, hey, maybe this evil bunny that we're seeing on AEW is similar to the Life of Pets bunny, because that's really the only evil bunny I've ever seen in my life. Otherwise, whenever you see bunny or you hear the name bunny, it's always a real life baby face, isn't it? But if I were to compare this bunny to any other bunny I've ever heard or seen of, it would be that Life of Pets bunny. If you haven't seen that film, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would recommend you to check out that film, because it is indeed a very good film. And yeah, don't judge me on that. I love my animation films. I love all that stuff. And look at that right there. A negative 10 is back in the ring. Really, I love the love that they show to Brodie Lee's son. It's great. Great. Very precious to say the least. And Tana, you talk about Tana Conti. I mean, T. Conti has been doing a great job in AEW. What was even she in NXT? She was just one of them. She was just there. Yeah, she did stand out because her personality is so great. She has this whole star power around herself from the very beginning. She stood out, but she was still there. She was just there in WWE. She did not really matter as much as she matters now in AEW. She's really received the spotlight, and she's one of those stars who have jumped the ship from WWE to AEW, and she's been doing great. She's really gained the most out of it. D-Star says, I have seen Life of Pi. Okay, yeah, check out Secret Life of Pets. You'll enjoy that film. You will. And you will see a lot of resemblance between the bunny there and the bunny we see in AEW. Evil bunnies, to say the least, both of them. Speaking of evil, MJF is here. Doesn't get more evil than MJF, right? I mean, his own parents call him evil, call him an idiot. So, yeah.
I want this company to be successful, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen.
It's true.
It is as long
Isn't that
as
true?
I'm given what I deserve, but we'll get to that.
MJF says he's here to make sure that this company is successful, and he's willing to give it all for the success of this company, considering the company gives something back to him.
There are a handful of young men who have been here since the beginning that will keep pushing this company forward for the next couple of decades. Four men to be exact, 4 pillars. You got Jungle Boy. Beat him. You got Sammy Guevara. Beat him. You got Guardian, whatever, and then you have the strongest pillar, the most important pillar, the pillar who had the first match at All In, the pillar who was a participant in the first match in the history of this company.
MJF really counting down all the stars.
Athlete ever to main event an AEW pay-per-view. The pillar who is a 2-time beautiful Dynamite Diamond Ring champion. The pillar who's better than you, and you know it. And that pillar's name is Maxwell Jacob Fried.
So MJF really counting down the stars that he's defeated here in AEW, really putting himself over, really doing something that nobody does it better than himself, and I believe the Miz as well. Both of them just as good at the skill of theirs, and really letting the fans know why they should be paying attention to MJF.
And that is why I deserve to be the AEW World Champion. Pipe down! Burn in the ring, then, dude. Now, Tony Khan, we're real good friends. I love you, buddy. Matter of fact, out of all the cons in professional wrestling, you're easily in my top two. However, if you don't start giving me the opportunities I deserve, well, I have other friends from back in the day.
Okay, so this guy is really throwing threats out there.
Whatever. I have a friend back in the day from my MLW days, and his name is not CM Punk, no, it's Bruce Pritchard. And I got Brucey on speed dial.
Okay, so MJF was right there demanding to be WWE champion, not tomorrow, not day after, not next month. He wants to be, AEW champion right now. And he wanted Tony Khan to come out and give him, the opportunity for the championship. But even before Tony Khan could come out and say something, because MJF was just throwing out threats right there, saying that he had the MLW champion on his speed dial. Out comes Darby Allin, the man who was once homeless, who AEW really gave a platform to, and made the man that he is today. And he is a very grateful man. He's grateful to the company for the spotlight that they have given to him, and he loves being there. And that's why I believe he's out to defend the pride of Tony Khan and defend the company, which is just incredible.
There is nothing wrong with being the second best guy, There's nothing wrong with being the second best player. Listen, some of the best number two guys are incredible. Mark Messier, Luke Gehrig, Scottie Pippen. You know a great number two guy, Sting. Now me, I'm Wayne Gretzky, I'm Babe Ruth, I'm Michael Jordan, I'm number one.
So MJF really comparing himself to some of the all-time greats in every field of sports or entertainment whatsoever, comparing himself to Michael Jordan. Oh, that's something.
Go! I wouldn't care. I don't think anybody here will care either. Me, Max. Me, on the other hand, I am AEW for life until death. And how can you be the number one pillar when I've been the only one to win a championship?
And a very hilarious comment right there.
Okay. Sick burn, Darby. Listen, as much as I love that Batman voice, but you know what? Actually, no. Let me take a step back. I respect you, Darby, because you're straight edge. He is. But do people know why Darby Allin is straight edge? Well, that's because when Darby Allin.
So lots of people actually here on Instagram are criticizing Leo Rush for coming back to AEW because Leo Rush has actually stepped away from the ring. Leo Rush has announced his retirement multiple times, only to come back multiple times. So now that he is back in AEW, people again, making fun of him and saying that he's back only for himself to retire yet again. So they're already waiting for his next retirement.
Because that night, the wrong man died. You do, Darby, gonna hit me, huh? How about you hit me? How about you hit me right now? Do it. No, Max. I'm not gonna hit you because you will not break me mentally. So if you got anything else to add, now's the time. Keep talking.
Darby Allin, MJF trying to play some mental games, some mind games with Allin. But Allin kept his cool. This is something that he's definitely learned from Sting. Having such a veteran in his corner is a big advantage. And that's why Darby Allin was able to keep his cool and asked MJF to keep talking. MJF was a big talker, just stepped out of the ring. His mind games did not work right there, and he stepped away from the ring right there. Wow, he's leaving. He's leaving. That's something that he said he would not do until Tony Khan would give him a championship match tonight. But he's leaving. Look at that. Darby Allin able to do something that seemed impossible when MJF made his way to the ring at first. Alright, so Nick Jackson and Bryan Danielson are going to be facing each other at this upcoming Rampage. So that's been announced already. Interesting. So upcoming is gonna be, I believe, it's gonna be the main event of the night, and that's Miro versus Sammy. This is the TNT title match, a championship that was very close to, of course, Mr. Brodie Lee, one of the last title that Brodie Lee held in his career. Very special to his family. It was also gifted to his son by Tony Khan, and the next match is gonna be for the very same title. So there are a lot of emotions. In place for this championship match. People are emotional. People are emotionally invested into this match. Let's see how it all turns out. But it's supposed to be a very promising main event. People have been talking about it, ever since it was announced earlier today. And I'm pretty sure that this match will deliver. It has all that it takes for it to deliver. And this match is up next. Until then, we are currently on a commercial break. So, yes, it is actually a commercial break for me as well, as it's usually not the case. So, until then, I'm going to take this time to quickly do what I do best and make a quick update for our fans on Instagram as well. And until then, guys, feel free to let us know in the comments, what do you feel about the show so far? Have you been enjoying it? Are you planning to tune in this Friday as Nick Jackson and Bryan Danielson go head to head, shoulder to shoulder, and meet each other in the ring one on one for the very first time in their career? So it's definitely, very, I I don't know if I can call it predictable, because there's only one way I can see this match ending, and that's Bryan Danielson winning this match. But definitely still an interesting match, to say the least. We're still getting these fresh new matches from Bryan Danielson, something that seemed impossible in WWE, since he had wrestled literally everybody out there who was deserving a match against Bryan Danielson. But let's see how it turns out tonight. I mean, on Friday. Bryan Danielson is to wrestle Nick Jackson this Friday. And we're back from the commercial break. I don't know if you are, but I am, and I'm watching a hype package, a hype video for the upcoming match between Miro and Sammy, which is going to be for the AEW TNT Championship. And earlier today, Bryan Danielson did issue a challenge to any of the Elite members to wrestle him one on one in the ring. And that's why the challenge has been accepted by Nick Jackson, who he will be facing this Friday at Rampage. So it's going to be Nick Jackson versus Bryan Danielson this Friday at AEW Rampage. And we're back, and we're seeing Sammy making the way to the ring first. Sammy, obviously the fan favorite to win this match. You know, this match is in memory of the late great Brodie Lee, and we've got the Spanish God who's making his way to the ring. Sammy, as we know, is loved by the fans, is adored by the fans, and AEW executives alike. The Spanish God Sammy is making his way. He has an impressive record of 7 for 3 in 2021 in AEW. He has the upper hand, the advantage, what I feel. Not physically, yeah, but mentally and by heart. He definitely has the upper hand when it comes to passion and determination. I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy actually ends up winning the title tonight. I mean, I don't expect for a heel to win the title tonight and send the crowd home unhappy. You know what I mean? So I do believe that Sammy is going to be the guy who's going to be picking up the win and going back home with the TNT title tonight. It cannot be. It cannot be Miro. It cannot be Miro. That just would make no sense whatsoever.
This guy is a beast. Scary sight.
Yeah, you said Sammy has this air of seriousness to him, and he better. He's got to. He's like one of the toughest men on the planet right now.
Hero, the undefeated TNT champion. He has just carved a path through All Elite Wrestling since his arrival.
Tougher than shoe leather, meaner than a hollowed out score pine.
That was good.
Thank you.
With Sammy Guevara, he has all the tools to become TNT champion.
Does he have all the tools to become TNT champion? That's the fun thing about right here, right now, Excalibur. We're gonna find out.
Great point, great point. MJF acknowledged Sammy Guevara is one of the four young pillars of this company. This is the time where he gets to prove whether all the hype is deserved.
Yeah, it's his moment to prove it, Excalibur.
It's not exactly like Hero is an old timer.
No.
And fans, I can see on social media are excited. I just posted the news that Nick Jackson and Brian Danielson are going to be going head to head, toe to toe this Friday at Rampage, and people are excited to say the least. And here we are with Miro and Sammy going one on one for the TNT title. The title is on the line. I can just sit back and enjoy this match. And I saw that somebody just predicted for this Friday, somebody wrote that it's going to be a time limit match once again, and there's going to be a time limit. They're going to exceed that time limit, and it's still going to be a 5-star match this Friday. I would be a little bummed out. I'm not a big fan of time limits. I feel like if it's professional wrestling, it should be unlimited. It should not be restricted to with some time. But let's see. Let's see how it actually turns out tonight.
Big feet, big lines, big kids right from the start.
Wow, this has been quite a night, you know. Covering it live, not just on YouTube, but also on Instagram, is challenging to say the least, but it's fun. And right now, you know, it's all paying off. It will all pay off considering the main event that we have in our hands. Miro looks ready to go. But as I said earlier, this match is in memory of Mr. Brodie Lee for the TNT title, a title that people associate with Mr. Brodie Lee a lot, and for the right reasons. So for Sammy to lose this match, as much as I don't like Sammy myself, I don't see him losing this match tonight because you have to send the crowd home happy. You have to send the family of Mr. Brodie Lee home happy. So for Miro, a heel, such a bully to win this match tonight would make no sense. And wow, AEW is actually going back to Long Island this December at the UBS Arena at Belmont Park. Wow. Long Island definitely the hometown of MJF, so it's not too far from New York City. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the people actually react to MJF's appearance there, considering he really got booed out of the building in New York City. So are his hometown people of Long Island actually gonna, give him the hometown treatment? That is gonna be yet to be seen. But D Star says, did Arn Anderson say earlier that he shoots people? I don't think that I heard that. I don't think that I heard that. I keep talking a lot during the segment, so I do miss out on some of those things that they say. But he did say that he does not want to manage losers. He does not want to coach losers, and he said that he would take on Malachi Black if it wasn't for his own age. So he did say a lot of stuff there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he'd actually said something like he shoots people, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I didn't hear it myself. But I'll go back and watch the tape again and see if he actually said that. But I wouldn't be too surprised. He was too fired up to really say anything at that moment. So yeah.
He sidestepped the contact, and the contact was between Miro's anatomy and those steel steps.
And for the second time now, he's hitting out the ring post JR and the step twice, now 3 times.
Miro is a beast. We said he is obviously a great athlete, but he's human. He's human.
But I don't know if he has a weakness.
And AEW just put out a post on their social media with the hashtag Brodie Lee Forever. So this has been a Brodie Lee tribute show. Do you guys feel like they've done a good job, with the show so far, and dedicating it to Brodie Lee? Let us know what you feel.
Human fair catch.
I mean, we've seen his family. We've seen his wife once during the show. We've seen his kid twice during the show. So, and they kept mentioning Brodie Lee throughout the night, throughout the day. Ever since Tony Khan dedicated the show to him, he's been mentioned a lot. The show obviously is taking place in his hometown, and Tony Khan gives a lot of importance to hometowns of superstars. So let's see. Let's see how this match turns out. I do expect his family to appear in some capacity towards the end of this match. Miro gaining all that heat, all this tremendous heel heat from the fans. He's enjoying. He's definitely enjoying it. Big smile on his face as people boo him. Looks like an absolute monster. Sammy is in a tough spot right now.
Sammy Guevara is a tremendous high flyer. I think that might have just been instinct for him, but right now, Miro chopping Guevara down those kicks.
Yeah, trying to knot out the quads, leg muscles, and that will sort of slow Sammy down. The legs weren't there, and then those hard shots to the body.
So Miro is not a fan of the fans right there who are chanting and really annoying Miro with their chants right now. Miro has had enough. He knows that he's in control of this match. Okay, so the overconfidence actually did not pay off at all right there. Sammy with an attack from behind and guides Miro to the pole, head first to the pole. Miro is actually, a little dizzy right now. He's taken aback, lifts Sammy up to his shoulders. Wow, tosses him away. Sammy really feeling the effects of it. He's down. Miro has his foot on Sammy's face right there. He's showing off. He's rubbing his foot on his face, really showing who's in power, who's in control, who's in the dominant position, who has the upper hand in this match. A slap to the face of Sammy once, twice. Sammy has had enough with elbow strikes to Miro.
Steps are going to try. I mean, that didn't help things. Oh, there's a cover.
Miro bounced Sammy Guevara's head off that steel ring post.
Well, Miro once again is in control of this match.
Like an ear for an NFL season.
Just looking on Sammy as his prey, Miro knows that he's in control, and I feel like the overconfidence is going to come into play again, which is going to fire back. As I said earlier, I don't expect Miro to retain this title tonight, even though he has been such an impressive TNT champion. He has really brought some prestige to the TNT Championship. After Brodie Lee, or if I could look back at all the TNT champions that we've had, I would say that Brodie Lee and Miro have done a tremendous job with the championship. Really brought a lot of prestige to the title. And Miro has been a great champion. He's been a fighting champion. He's held on to the title quite long. I would have loved for him to actually hold on to it a bit more. Actually, a lot more. So let's see. Let's see how this turns out. But I don't expect him to retain the title tonight. it is a show that's dedicated to Mr. Brodie Lee, to the family of Mr. Brodie Lee. A face should go over. A heel, a monster heel like Miro, should not be walking back home with a title that was celebrated and that is still celebrated in the memory of Mr. Brodie Lee. So it would be very shocking if Miro actually retains tonight and goes home with the TNT Championship. It would be very surprising. But let's see.
All that strength and power. He has great reflexes. He has a great first step as the champion.
He's sudden. Oh, man. He showed the world what he was going to use. And he didn't disappoint, man. Yeah, he likes punishing his opponents. Oh, man. He raised that big club.
Miro is in control once again.
Forget this guy is 15-0 in his AEW singles record.
He's feeding
With the punch to the face.
He's going to make
Sammy is down. And he's been in such a weak spot throughout this night. He's really been, he hasn't been able to gain control of this match at all. He's been in a weaker position throughout the night. So for him to win tonight, it seems very, very unlikely, to say the least. Very unlikely.
After he defeated Fuego del Sol, Sammy Guevara's best friend Sammy came out and
Wow.
What a counter! What a counter! A great counter by Sammy Guevara.
That was amazing. That was a beautiful sight.
Go get it, kid. Go get it. It feels like now or never for Sammy Guevara.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's now or never.
With a kick to the face of Miro. Miro is definitely down.
Sammy Guevara, the challenger.
Sammy charging in.
Wow.
Knee strikes. Soles in the feet. Right on the face of the Redeemer. And the champ is in trouble. Yes, he is. Sammy Guevara went for the pump kick. Miro the waist lock. Oh, Sammy landed on his feet.
That's a big move right there, landing on his feet. Miro over the top.
Miro has been tossed out of the ring. He is down. But is he out? I don't think so. I think Miro still has a lot left in his tank. Sammy is looking for a big dive off the top turnbuckle and just right there. Miro is down once again. We have about 12 minutes left on the clock for the show to go on. I feel like we're going to be seeing a pinfall in the next 45 minutes, following which we're going to be seeing a little celebration with the Dark Order family, with Mr. Brodie Lee's family, and Sammy as the new TNT champion. As I said earlier countless times, Sammy cannot lose this match. He has to go home with the TNT championship. Miro really turning the tables around once again, but Sammy, with the heart of gold, is able to kick out. Miro realizes that this is not going to be an easy win. Sammy is a fighting guy, he's a fighter, looking to be a fighting champion very soon. Let's see if Miro can actually do something about it.
Who is going to be the face of TNT after the night is over? You saw Miro. He was flexing his fingers there. Maybe getting a little tingling from that neck injury.
Come on, Excalibur, good point. When he's back down, he must have all his feelings in his.
Oh, look at his eyes. He's ready for it, man.
His expression changed.
Yeah,
He
he's
sort of took me out of my game.
going for game over. It'll be the end of the night for Sammy Guevara. I don't know if a ceremonial dance.
Where Miro is looking to end Sammy right there. It's going to be a counter. It was a counter. Sammy with a huge knee strike to the face of Miro. Another one. Miro is down to his knees now. Sammy is looking to another kick to the face of Miro. Miro is really shaken up right now. He's dizzy. Not in control, obviously, of the match. Miro with the big punch to the temple of Sammy. Sammy is all dizzy right now. Miro goes up, looking to suplex Sammy off the top turnbuckle. Those headbutts from Sammy to Miro looked weak, to say the least. Wow. A stunner to Miro, and just like I said, Sammy has to win this one. I'd be very, very shocked if Sammy does not. Miro's title reign could be ending in just a few seconds here. Sammy's trying to lift Miro up to his shoulders. He's not able to. Miro with the kick to the face of Sammy. Goes for the pin. Is it going to be it? No, it's not. It's not. Sammy is fighting back. He's doing this to honor Mr. Brodie Lee. He wants to show the world that he can be a fighter just like Mr. Brodie Lee was. And Miro, just like he was going for his finisher, Sammy smartly rolls out of the ring. Miro is now exposing the top turnbuckle, and every time we've seen the top turnbuckle get exposed, especially in AEW, it usually turns out to be really bad, and for the person who exposes the turnbuckle himself. So he does it to not just one corner, but he does it to, I believe he's going to do it to all four corners of the ring. He's exposing the turnbuckles, the top turnbuckles of every single corner of that ring. And the son of Mr. Brodie Lee, wait, no. Okay. Just like I said, exposing the turnbuckle never turns out to be in the favor of the person who does it. Miro is really shaken up right now. Sammy looking to get advantage. Lifts Miro up easily on his shoulders now. It's going to be an easy win right there. A pinfall, definitely. Are we going to see it? Yeah, so we're going to see a dive from the top turnbuckle now. So Sammy is going to win his first gold in AEW now in just a few seconds. He's looking for the big dive. He goes for it. All right, spin a Rooney goes down on Miro. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that, Sammy is the new TNT champion. Just like I said, they had to send the crowd home happy, and they have done just that. It had to happen. Sammy Guevara is the new TNT champion. Look at all the confetti that's pouring in. Sammy looks very happy. He's raising the title up. He deserved, should I say he deserved to be champion? Well, he is champion tonight. He really had to win tonight, considering the show is dedicated to Mr. Brodie Lee, to his family, to the Dark Order. A face had to go over, a heel had to lose, and that's just what happened. And that's it. And the show is going off the air. We did not really see Mr. Brodie Lee's family join us tonight. But yeah, this was a good show, good main event, and the show is over. And now, don't go anywhere, as AJ White is going to be taking over our YouTube page with his breakdown. And he's going to be breaking down the show and reviewing it for you in just a few minutes. So make sure to tune in to Breakdown as AJ White takes over. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.